Authorities in Cleveland, Ohio are investigating a disturbing case involving the brutal beating and assault of a 5-year-old girl, allegedly carried out by children under the age of 10. According to her mother, Antavia Kenibru, the young girl was left with severe injuries after wandering out of a relative's home on September 13. She was later found several blocks away, beaten badly. Kenibru described the horrifying moment she saw her daughter receiving medical attention, saying her child was unrecognizable. The assault left the child with scalp injuries, facial bruises, blood in her eyes and mouth, and debris under her nails. The Cleveland Division of Police Sex Crimes and Child Abuse Unit confirmed it is actively investigating the incident, but emphasized that due to the involvement of minors on both sides, details remain unlimited. The 5-year-old is currently undergoing physical and psychological therapy as her family seeks answers and justice. So far, no charges have been filed. What are your thoughts on this, Mr. Kolawole? When things like this happen, do you think parents of these children who are minors should become answerable to the crimes of their children? Let's talk about it.
Well, I saw this report and it completely broke my heart, to think. I mean, the question that just kept, you know, lingering on my mind was how bad or how worse can it get, with the fact that kids under the age of 10 can do this to another kid, and I think from the story of the report, it was stated that the kids cannot be charged,
Right.
and that just demoralized me the more because then what happens to the 5-year-old? What happens to to her moving forward? The trauma, the pain. I mean, to answer your question, I feel like at some point in cases like this, parents are supposed to be brought in for questioning, and some might say the dynamics of that might be tricky, but I think there has to be some around situations such as this. It's either the parents have to be invited for questioning and be charged, probably be jailed as well. Then when these kids are of age, the case should also be opened again. Because I mean, kids live and operate on things they know, they see and
Right.
they hear. So I'm sure these kids probably have seen this thing somewhere, heard. I mean, it can't just happen all of a sudden. Some people are going around saying these kids are demonic and all of that. Whether they are demonic or not, there has to be some sort of investigation to find out where they learned this from, how these things happened, and all of that. It's such a sad case that I wouldn't wish for anybody or any child out there. But
Right.
it just goes to show that something is not being done right
So,
in
so
our society nowadays,
when you
as
talk
youth
about
generally.
the probably saw it somewhere, I am trying to get a full angle if of where the story is leading. This child was um, essayed, right? She was sexually assaulted, um, left naked for dead by 8-year-olds to 10-year-olds. The thought that little children of that age just drags to mind where when I was growing up, when I was younger, you see someone with a disability, and sometimes you want to, like, as I'm talking about as early as 5, and you see someone limping in a certain way, you want to have that face as if you want to laugh. Oh, my mom was going to give it to you to tell you that could have been an accident that happened to that person. It's not the person's fault that they look that way. Do you think we're actually teaching our children the values that they need to learn if 8-year-olds to 10-year-olds can actually actively essay a child and leave her for dead?
I think that's what I was saying. I think we are getting something wrong in our society now. As parents, I don't know where the fault is or what the fault point is, but I think we need to do much better. Just like the perfect example you gave. Back then, if you want to make jest of someone, you literally cannot even do that in the presence of your parents because of course they'll literally get angry at you and and ask you why you're laughing at the person. Do you know how the person got to be like that and whatnot? Talk less of having kids under the age of 10 that would literally have an idea what it means to sexually assault someone, you know, beat up someone. Because on the other hand, some people are saying maybe these kids are, and by the way, I think the kids are from different households, by the way.
Oh yes, they are
So
from
I
different
don't even
households.
understand. Yeah, I don't even understand. Some are saying maybe they are racist, in quotes, racist, affiliated kids, like families and all that. Because where do you get that idea or picture from, that it's okay to beat up someone, a kid like you, sexually assault them, put stuffs, I mean, very, very, very gory story, and leave the kid for dead. It has to. That's why I feel like they must have. I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, at the age of 9, 10, growing up, all I could think of was probably how to play football, how to play around, and how to eat. As kids, to think kids of nowadays are capable of thinking about things like this and even acting on it just goes to show that our society is becoming something else, negatively. And people out there just need to be careful. It's sad that this had to happen, but at the same time, it's just eye-opening for parents out there to do better. For parents out there to be much more careful about where their kids are, and the communities where they are living at the moment. Such a
Right.
sad story, really.
Really, really sad. Hopefully, we'll get newer reports as the investigation concludes.